Hello, it's Ash Silverstone here, and I'm here to talk about the anime called Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai. It has an English dub, by the way. I watched this anime on April 30th this year, and I'm not joking. I watched all 13 episodes of this anime. So with that said, let us begin. This anime follows the main protagonist, Sakuta Asasagawa, who is a student of Minagehara High School. If you didn't know, Ash and Sakuta share the same voice actor. And when I heard Sakuta's voice, I was actually surprised in a good way. Episode 1 starts when Sakuta walks into a library. He sees an invisible girl who is wearing a bunny girl outfit. But the problem is that no one can see her, but only Sakuta, because he's the only one who sees unimaginable things. The name of the girl who wears the bunny girl outfit, her name is Mai Sakurajima, and she's a celebrity on TV. Sakuta was very intrigued during his first conversation with Mai in the library, and Mai said that Sakuta should forget everything that he just seen. Sakuta also has his little sister, and her name is Kaede Asasagawa. For short, her name is Kaede. Sakuta is taking care of her, and he's looking out for her like a big brother, because he is her big brother, and he loves her. About his people in school, he has only one male friend, and his name is Yuma Kunimi. He's the same class as Sakuta, and they both work the same shifts and have dinners together as friends. But his girlfriend, Saki Kamisato, was furious at Sakuta, and she said that he shouldn't talk to Yuma because she thinks that Yuma should be the only person who should get along with without Sakuta. And Kamisato cares about her popularity, and that's selfish of her because Sakuta is also a student who's just says the truth about the hospitalization incident. And Sakuta's like, why so angry? Isn't that time of month? I was making the voice impression of him. Anyway, after that, Kamisato said that Sakuta should die despite everyone in the school hated him for literally no reason. He also works in a restaurant with Yuma, by the way. Sakuta also has scars on his chest, and he was the one who got into the hospitalization incident. Kaede was being bullied on the internet in real life. The popular girl in her class really started to hate her, and people wrote terrible things about her on social media. And then one day, scars came out of nowhere. Then Kaede got there, and she was shocked about Sakuta's girlfriend he had just met. Kaede was shy, but Sakuta introduced her to help Mai get to know about her. There's also a character named Ryo Futaba. She's also one of the main protagonists, who is also a scientist and a second-year student of Minagehara High School. If you didn't know, Jade Hunter from Rainbow High and Futaba share the same voice actress too. And it's actually good. Sakuta was here to talk about puberty syndrome with Futaba, and she said that puberty syndrome is not a real thing, and Sakuta was here to understand what it really is. Futaba also talks about measurement theory, and it's a theory of the existence of something in the world that could be confirmed to be real if someone observes it. Then in episode 2, both Mai and Sakuta went grocery shopping together, and Mai showed her house, which is close to Sakuta's apartment, and she has been living in it for 2 years. Mai actually kept her identity of being famous on TV a secret for years, but Sakuta knows that she doesn't have to hide it unless Mai wants to talk about it. In episode 3, Sakuta shows Mai the Minagehara High School, where he studies for his own education, and Mai decides to go check on her classroom. Then Futaba and Sakuta had a conversation about how everyone forgot about Mai Sakurajima except both Futaba and Sakuta. And there was the only way for Sakuta to see Mai visible again. And that way was that Sakuta shouldn't sleep in the night until the next morning, because if he falls asleep, he will forget Mai. And he's also focusing on midterm practice because he's working on exams to pass. When the exams are still going on, Sakuta tells everyone in the school that he's in love with Mai Sakurajima for the sake of her existence, because his love for her is stronger than his ignorance. He wanted the whole world to know how he really feels about her. In episode 4, the friendship between Sakuta and Mai grew stronger. Mai said that she auditioned for a drama that starts in July. It's about her minor character that will be appearing in this season. And the kissing scene will be included as well. But most of the episode is about a strange phenomenon that Sakuta encounters. It's called There's No Tomorrow. It's like the same thing day by day, but there was no next day after that day. Like something there were happened from the day to the present day. But the day after that didn't come to fruition because the day that came before has repeated itself. That day was June 27th. Like, Kaide watches TV and it shows that the Japanese football team won. Sakuta goes to school, etc. And later, he meets a girl named Tomoe Koga in the third repeat. Then Tomoe and Sakuta were hiding at the table because the popular guy wanted to date her. But then Mai saw it all. But Mai needed a break from this situation, so Tomoe decided to work at the restaurant with Sakuta and Yuma. And they worked together. At the end of the episode, the repeat syndrome finally came to an end, but Sakuta didn't explain to Mai what happened to Tomoe. But in episode 5, Sakuta explained everything about Tomoe's situation. After that, Kaide tried a costume that Mai gave to her, and she looked good in that pink and white dress. Then, in the restaurant, Yuma and Sakuta talk about Yotsuki, who is a basketball player and a popular guy, while he's around with the girls. And he has the only goal, and it's a date with Tomoe. Then Sakuta takes Tomoe to the zoo to see fish in an aquarium and penguins. After that, Tomoe talks about how she changed as she showed Sakuta her picture when she was small. She told him how she changed a lot because she was tired of people bullying her. So she had to change her hair, makeup, and accent. And then they met a girl with glasses. Her name is Yanayama, who was her classmate. Then Sakuta checked on Tomoe in the hospital and gave her a can of oranges as a gift for her. And then after that, Tomoe gave Sakuta a can of peaches as a thank you gift. Mai is currently in showbiz, but then Kamisato came back once more and she told Sakuta to stop getting closer to Yuma because she thinks that Yuma will be her only person to talk to. After that, Yuma said that he was going to have a call after the fight Sakuta had. Then Mai came back from filming and Sakuta was happy to hear her call again. After that, Sakuta came to see Tomoe, but Yotsuki and his bullies were there to see Tomoe, and Sakuta was laughing at Yotsuki. After that, he punched him in the face, and Sakuta punched his leg, and then he punched his face to protect Tomoe, because that's what good guys do, protecting the innocent girls by standing up from bullies. After the fight, Sakuta says that he was a virgin in front of Yotsuki. Then Sakuta takes Tomoe to the beach, and they got their friendship going on. The episode ended when Tomoe saw Mai in her own commercial on the phone, and she was curious about this. In episode 6, Sakuta saw Yotsuki in the metro train, and while they entered the train, everyone was talking about the fight that happened. After that, the final exams were just around the corner, and Mai was helping Sakuta finish them. But while they began, Mai asked Sakuta what kind of career he really wanted to pursue. He said that he wanted to be Mai's husband someday, but he was actually thinking about going to college, and Mai thought that she wanted to go to university. Sakuta actually felt half-hearted because of the issue of fundamental academics that he needed to finish. And Mai said, what if she would help him if she wore a bunny girl outfit? And Sakuta said that his motivation would be skyrocketed. And then Mai wore a bunny girl outfit while she helped Sakuta finishing the issue. And the day after that, Sakuta got a failing grade, while Tomoe didn't do well in the exams. Tomoe and Sakuta were in the shopping mall because Tomoe wanted to go to the beach with her friends, so she chose a swimsuit for her event. Then the last day of school was there, and Kaede woke Sakuta up, and she said that summer break starts tomorrow, and she wanted to have watermelons. And Sakuta said that he might be able to get one for Kaede. Yuma was curious about Sakuta's plans for the summer, and Sakuta said that he's going to work, and Yuma's plans for the summer are work stuff, team stuff, and dates with his girlfriend. And by the way, this is the episode where it showcases the final date between Tomoe and Sakuta. In the next scene, Sakuta and Tomoe are having a fun day at the beach. And when sunset came, Tomoe says goodbye to Sakuta because he's still in love with Mai Sakurajima. Then, the next day, the same day, July 18th, it was repeated a second time, and he asked Futaba how to find a way to not repeat the same day again, because this is the exact same event that happened in episode 4, and the exact same loop happened again, the 4th time in a row. And when Sakuta was in the auditorium, Tomoe looks at Sakuta, and Sakuta thinks that Tomoe is lying to her. After that, Sakuta took Tomoe to Inoshima to have fun on their date, because Sakuta had a fun day at the beach with Tomoe 4 times. In the next scene, Sakuta sees wooden plugs, which are a good thing for couples. He wrote his name, and Tomoe wrote her name as well, and Sakuta thought Tomoe had lied to him about their relationship, and he put a wooden plug, and Tomoe worried about that. And Sakuta said that he was the one who started this conversation. After that, Sakuta tells the truth about why Tomoe lies to Sakuta about their feelings, and he's still in love with Mai. After that, this episode shows the events that happened back on June 27th. It was just a simulation of Sakuta's future, and Sakuta had a conversation with Mai about their feelings for each other. And Mai kissed Sakuta on the cheek, which is the first true love kiss, but Sakuta wished that the kiss was mouth to mouth instead, but he was okay with it. In the next scene, Tomoe refuses to go out with Yotsuki because she is still in a relationship with Sakuta. After that, his experiences with Tomoe Koga became a reality. She got hired at the restaurant she worked at with him. Mai gave Kaede an outfit she wore, and then he went to Kikushiyama for more work. After that, Mai tutored Sakuta while she wore a bunny girl outfit, and everything in the exams was still the same, but everything worked out in the end. The episode ended when Sakuta and Mai saw the white kitten in the box, and Sakuta met a girl named Shoko Makinohara. Episode 7 starts when Sakuta sees Shoko on the beach in his dream, but it was not a reality. Shoko was a new girl who came to see Sakuta, and Sakuta thought that Shoko was his very first crush before he met Mai Sakurajima. Shoko likes cats, but in an unexpected turn of events, Futaba wears contacts instead of glasses, and they're talking about Shoko. Also, there was a big fireworks festival coming up, and Sakuta remembers how he went to the festival a year ago. Then Sakuta was working on the restaurant, and Mai came back from shooting early. After their conversation, they found Futaba near the internet cafe. She told both Sakuta and Mai that there are two Futabas in the real world due to puberty syndrome. It's called quantum teleportation. Then Sakuta decided to take both Futaba and Mai to the apartment. But Kaede was shy to the strangers because she thought that Futaba was a stranger. After that, both Sakuta and Futaba talked about puberty syndrome and how two Futabas are teleporting in different locations and who the real Futaba is. The next morning, Sakuta's family are having breakfast, and Sakuta is good at cooking, and Shoko came for a visit. After that, Sakuta found Futaba near the entrance of the basketball court, and she talked about how she met Yuma and how she wanted bread, but she had to go to the club. After that, Mai got a phone call from her manager, and it was about a film shoot. Then Yumi told Sakuta that he noticed Futaba after the game started. Mai wanted to talk to Sakuta about her phone call with the manager, but then Sakuta saw Kamisato again, and she said that he's a friend to Futaba, and she showed Futaba's hidden account, and Sakuta was shocked at the end of the episode 7. Episode 8 is about Sakuta's discovery of the one Futaba who has attention to social media, but there is another Futaba who is the opposite, and she doesn't like social media. She created that account before her summer break started. People were judging her by her body image, and she was ashamed of herself because of her reactions, so she immediately deleted her account for her own good. But while she was stressed out, she asked to stay in Sakuta's apartment for one night. Then Sakuta asked Yuma Kunimi to meet Futaba, and when he arrived, Sakuta gave them a bag of fireworks to play with them. The next morning, the other Futaba was still worrying about her whereabouts. So one Futaba said that Sakuta should take care of the other Futaba, and she gave him her phone. And on her phone, her account was deleted. Then the other Futaba had gone missing with her other belongings, so he asked one Futaba for her help to find the other version of her. Luckily, Sakuta found the other Futaba in high school, and he asked her about the fireworks festival, but the other Futaba said that she was going to disappear for her own good, and Sakuta had passed out for a couple of hours. But luckily, Mai took him to the hospital, and Sakuta told Futaba that she has a right to hate herself, but he tells her to be positive. And she wanted to see the fireworks with Yumi and Sakuta, so Futaba asked Yumi to go see the fireworks. Futaba was only one person again, and she switched back to glasses. At the end, Sakuta, Yumi, and Futaba saw the fireworks, and everything worked out. Episode 9 started with the start of the new school year at Minagehara High School, but Mai wasn't there at all. But Sakuta found her, but she had a different attitude, and he met the girl named Nodoka Toyohama, and he found out both Mai and Nodoka switched bodies. And yes, it's all because of puberty syndrome. Nodoka was a girl who liked Mai Sakurajima, who is also an actress, and Nodoka is the lead singer of the female music group called Sweet Bullet. Mai as Nodoka told Sakuta that she had her dad got remarried when Mai was young, and they had Nodoka. Nodoka showed up at her doorstep last night, but she didn't want to go home, and when they woke up in the morning, their bodies have been swapped. Mai has her own schedule of work, like magazine photo shoots, interviews, and commercial filming, which is a lot of hard work, but Nodoka got her own job, which was singing and dancing lessons, and both Mai and Nodoka decided to live their different lives, like Nodoka pretended to be Mai, and Mai pretended to be Nodoka. That's just how it works. In episode 10, Kaede shows her middle school uniform to Nodoka as Mai, and Mai as Nodoka needed to get her act together. And both Mai and Nodoka pretended to be each other. Mai has her passion for commercial filming, interviews, and photo shoot of magazines. And Nodoka has a passion for singing and dancing. So they pretended to be each other by doing their own responsibilities. Then Sakuta's father tells him that he was curious how Kaede was, and Sakuta was curious about how it feels to be a parent. But Sakuta's father told him that he wasn't ready for that kind of stuff yet because he's an adult. Nodoka's real problem was with her relationship with her mom. But Nodoka performed on stage with her backup singers, and after her performance, her mom was so proud of her. When Mai and Nodoka face each other after their events, they tell each other the truth about their jobs, and they switch back to normal. Then Sakuta saw Nodoka, and she decided to stay at Sakuta's place, and she did thank him for everything. But the biggest shocker of all was Mai showing the photo of her with Sakuta that was posted on television, and it was a real shocker. Episode 11 starts with Mai's press conference meeting. She talked about her relationship with Sakuta. After that, Mai made a confession to Sakuta, and she said that she was in love with him. In the next scene, Sakuta saw a letter from Shoko that needed to come to Shichirigahama Beach. But he didn't say anything about it yet after he got letter. Futaba had already texted Mai about the situation, so Mai asked Sakuta to come to Mai's apartment to talk about how Shoko-san and Shoko-chan are related. After that, they met Gatami Kano, who was one of Kaede's childhood friends. She saw Sakuta's image in the magazine, and she knows the school he goes into, but she said that terrible things happened to Kaede. And by the way, this is the episode that also focuses on Kaede. Kaede's problem was bullying in school. All Katami did was just worry about Kaede, but she didn't get into a fight. Then Sakuta saw Kaede's list of goals for a year, like going outside with her big brother, going on a walk with her big brother, having fun with her big brother at the beach, etc. And the last goals were answering her calls from people other than Big Brother and go to school. And Sakuta agreed that he will take Kaede to the zoo to see real pandas. Then Sakuta had a phone call with Shoko about the letter he got. And Kaede wonders if she will get a call from Shoko. Will she get it next time? And then she showed Mai her goals for a year. Both Sakuta and Mai didn't mind for having her around, because she dreams about being independent and answer phone calls. So she did have a training with Mai of phone calling, and she did a great job. And she completed her first goal. When Kaede was still sleeping, Sakuta saw that Kaede had a real wound. It was starting to happen again. Then Sakuta had another dream with Shoko about how life could have a real purpose. But Shoko thinks that Sakuta should be kinder. After that, Sakuta worked at the restaurant with Tomoe again. When Sakuta came back from work, he saw that Kaede was answering her phone calls all by herself. Mai called Kaede on the phone, by the way. Kaede also had her own goals, which were changing clothing, taking a short break, moving to the front entrance, taking a short break, putting her shoes on, taking a short break again. Basically, there were a lot of breaks, and she just asked Sakuta to help her get ready for her first walk outside with Sakuta. Mai gave Kaede clothes from the TV shooting, and she tried them on. When Sakuta came back from school, Kaede asked him to go outside, and she was wearing cute clothes and shoes. She's still scared to walk alone, but she's not scared to go outside with Sakuta. They went really slowly, and Kaede saw the world outside for the first time, and she was happy about it. Then she made through the elevator. She had reached the entrance to the building from the first floor. She had to eat at Mai's place and hang out at the local park. But he told Futaba that Sakura had not talked to Mai about Kaede's wounds yet. After that, Kaede looked outside the window and she saw the ocean. And both Sakura and Kaede had a fun day at the beach. And the episode ends when Kaede sees Kano Kutomi for the first time, but she doesn't remember her because she doesn't have memories at all. Episode 12 is another Kaede episode, but this time it's about regaining her memories back. Kaede did everything different in her own way, and everything else about her was very different. When Sakura got home from work, he saw the wound on her right cheek, so he had to call her mother immediately, but she wouldn't accept what had happened to her daughter. As for Sakura, he saw his right hand was covered in blood, and his scars on his chest were covered in blood too. The blood was pressuring. He was taken to the hospital, but nobody believed what he said, which was concerning. But one day he decided to sneak out of the hospital because he was sick of it all. And he realized that one place on the beach was the only place where he met Shoko-san, just like in his dream. But Shoko-san was there and listened to his story about her sister's wounds. Sakura asked Shoko-san a question. It would be okay if he would live his own life like Shoko-san? And she said, yeah, of course it would be okay. But all of that was a dream. He released Kaede from the hospital and got a single notebook and a pen for Kaede to write down her own name and things that happened in her life. He was the only one who understood Kaede. Sakura's father came for a visit to check on Kaede, and Sakura said that his father should take care of his mom, and his father should take care of Kaede. And his father said that Kaede needs a lot of time, even if it's hard for her to remember everything. Sakura wanted to get Kaede's memories back, just like everyone else. Nodoka and Mai found out about that story, but when Sakura was going to work, he saw Kaede's big wound on her neck. Her wounds were getting stronger and stronger, but Sakura said that he would be there for Mai to help Kaede feel better. When he got home from school, he saw Kaede dressed up in school uniform and she wanted to go to school. Kaede has a really hard time with other people who don't remember. Sakura said that he had known Konami since he saw her in kindergarten. Kaede saw the book called The Poison Apple the Brains Gave Me. She saw the pages, but unexpectedly, she saw a letter from Konami saying that she wanted to be friends with her again. She said Konami's name, but after that, she fell and she had full consciousness. When Sakura was in the hospital, the doctor couldn't say anything about it, but her memories could possibly be changed if she woke up the next morning. When Sakura was still in the hospital, he decided to check on Kaede. Then on next day, Sakura informed Mai about Kaede's memories. Sakura asks Kaede what Kaede's biggest goal, and Kaede said that it's eating the biggest pudding, but seeing pandas was the second thing on her list of goals. But her first goal would be going to school again. Sakura had told Kaede's father about the situation, but his father wanted Sakura to see Shoko-san, and she was the girl that he had just met. Sakurajima informed Sakura that her film shooting was going to take 2 weeks, but she would call Sakura on her phone every night. Notoka was curious about Sakura's feelings about Kaede's memories, and he said that he was scared and there was nothing he could do about it. The school counselor came to visit Kaede, and she said that Kaede should go to the nurse's office instead of class, and it's the same way of going to class, but she chose school instead, because she's good the way she is, and she's independent, but she feels like she's not good enough for going to school. Then Sakura saw her wound on her neck, but Kaede ran away, and Sakura chased after her, and Kaede said that she didn't have time to take it slow. When she saw three classmates talking about something, she was scared and her wounds were getting stronger. She wouldn't go home until she would go to school, and Sakuta would help her make a dream become a reality. He said that she needed a break from the practice, so they went to the zoo to see real pandas and other animals in the zoo, and Kaede was so happy to see them. Sakuta gave Kaede an annual pass, and he said with that pass, Kaede could see pandas every day, and Kaede did thank him for that. After that, both Kaede and Sakuta go into the middle school at night to sneak a little bit, and with that, Kaede's goals from her list were finally completed, and the episode ends where Kaede completely forgot about her memories about Sakuta and her trip to the zoo, and Sakuta was completely shocked. And the final 13th episode starts with Sakuta texting Mai about Kaede's situation, but she worried about Sakuta that he should be home earlier, and Sakuta decided to call Kaede's father to tell him that Kaede got her memories back, and he's planning to check on her at the hospital now, and father agreed to come with him. While they were at the hospital, the doctor said that Kaede had amnesia, and it was difficult for her to remember her own memories of her big brother. So he told both of them that Kaede needed observation. Her father was proud of Kaede, but Sakuta felt terrible about her and ran off the exit of the hospital, and he had a real depression after everything he had been doing for Kaede to get her memories back while it was raining outside. And that scene was so heartbreaking and sad. But Choco-san saw Sakuta having depression, and she decided to take him back home. She helped Sakuta get ready for a bath, and Sakuta said that he couldn't do anything about Kaede. But Choco-san says that he put a lot of effort into helping Kaede get her first goals accomplished, just like in her diary. He gave Kaede so much happiness and good memories, and she said that Sakuta shouldn't hold it back, and Sakuta was crying his tears out. That scene was also heartbreaking because Sakuta worked so hard to restore Kaede's memories back. The next day, Sakuta got a letter from Shoko-san saying that everything was going to be alright. So Shoko-san decided to go home. He looked in the mirror and he looked rough. So he decided to get tomatoes and bread to eat. And he received a call from Mai about how things were going on with Kaede. So Sakuta called Mai back and explained everything about it. Then Sakuta went to the hospital to check on Kaede, and he asked her to go to the zoo to see real pandas. But he was curious about Shoko's existence, which doesn't make any sense to him. But Futaba said that it was a fantasy of Rascal that Sakuta created himself. Then Sakuta saw Mai coming over the apartment, and he was so happy to see her again. But she saw a letter from Shoko-san that wrote for Kaede, and Sakuta explained everything, and Mai didn't want to help him, so she went on the way to Kanazawa. In the next scene, Tomoe, Huma, and Sakuta work at the restaurant again, but Sakuta's eyes were dead because he was worried about Mai. But Notoka says that Mai was there to support him, and he reminded that it was her birthday on December 2nd, which it was today, and Sakuta rode on the train and ran so fast to find Mai as fast as he could, and he found her in the film shooting. Sakuta wished her a happy birthday. Then they had their first date. Both Sakuta and Mai apologized to each other about the situation they had, but Mai apologized for not being there when he needed the most, and for having real depression despite helping Kaede, and Sakuta forgives her for being there by his side, and both Mai and Sakuta are friends again. After the credits, Sakuta said that Kato should come sometime to visit Kaede. And Kaede was so happy. And she said that she wanted to go back to school and she wanted to be able to go by herself because she was not alone. She has her big brother to cheer on. And the episode ends when Sakuta takes Kaede home from the hospital. Every episode ends with each character saying, "Oh, Asasagawa," and "Oh, Sakuta, you're such a rascal." And in the final 13th episode, Sakuta says, "Oh me, I'm such a rascal." Well everyone, we finally reached the end of the video. Honestly, I had a good experience watching this anime. You may ask, is it worth it? Yes, absolutely. What do you guys think of the Rascal Does Not Dream of a Bunny Girl Senpai anime? Please let me know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!